Welcome to the ICT International instructional video for setting up the AIM1. First we need to gather some items to set up the AIM1 for first use. You will need a large container for the infiltrometer plate, a mesh screen or lid to place the infiltrometer plate on. You will need a block or stand to hold the infiltrometer tower higher than normal above the container's top lip. You'll also need the interconnection pipe with the ball valve to connect the plate and tower together. Next, when setting up for the real measurement or calibration, we advise using a spirit level to make sure the tower is level in the X and Y axis. This is to reduce error in the readings. Place the suitable lid or mesh screen into the container, followed by the infiltrometer plate. Place it such that the plate essentially floats above the bottom of the container. Now make sure the ball valve is open on the interconnection pipe, allowing water and air to flow. Then connect one end to the water tower outlet and connect the other end to the plate. Next step is to connect the pressure transducer to the water tower. The top side of the sensor is labelled to top hose, which leads to the water tower's top end cap, followed by connecting the bottom hose of the water tower to the port showing to bottom hose, labelled on the pressure transducer. Now connect the AIM1 logger to the differential breakout box. Then plug in the pressure transducer. You will notice on the sensor label will be the serial number of the AIM1, the channel it connects to, and the model of the cable assembly. Normally, a single AIM1 sensor will start at channel 1. The green connectors are key, so they only fit in one way. A connection label is shown in the breakout box lid for reference. Now fill the container with fresh water to begin with. Fill only to cover the plate by approximately 20 to 30 millimeters over the top. Now that the container is filled, maneuver the plate while keeping it underwater to persuade the bubbles to move to the center of the plate. This will make collecting the bubbles in the tube much easier. Now it's time to fill the bubble tower. Start by removing the end cap with the inlet tube. Adjust the tube such that the end of it is equal to the 7 cm mark when installed. Next, fill the bubble tower with water to between the 6 cm to 7 cm mark. Open the clip valve, then reinstall the inlet tube and end cap assembly into the bubble tower. Next, close the clip valve leading from the top hose of the bubble tower to the bottom hose of the water tower. This is to isolate them. Now open the clip valve on the top end cap's inlet tube to the water tower, then connect the supplied vacuum pump to this hose ready. Now the infiltrometer is ready to have water pulled up into the water tower section. The vacuum pump also features a purge valve, allowing the column of water to be lowered if needed. Here you can see the action of the vacuum pump and purge valve. They allow control of the water level and for unwanted air to be removed. Use the vacuum pump to suck water all the way up to just before the 25mm mark. This is scribed into the water tower's scale. Close the clip valve on the top end cap's inlet tube to the water tower and remove the vacuum pump connection. The water level should not drop. Now that the water tower is filled, the system needs to be purged of air. Pick up the infiltrometer at a 45-degree angle and gently shake to allow the bubbles to rise. Air bubbles will affect the reading and calibration if not removed completely. After filling the water tower, the bubble tower inlet tube needs to be inserted. Lower it down so that the bubble level in the tube rises outside. Here you can see the level has risen above. Continue pushing in until the level reaches almost the top of the inlet tube. Next, open the clip valve leading from the top hose of the bubble tower to the bottom hose of the water tower to allow air to flow. If bubbles flow in the bubble tower quickly, insert the bubble tower inlet tube further to stop the flow of air shown here. You will notice that the level in the water tower will drop a slight amount due to the purging of air from the bubble tower to the water tower. This is normal. From this step onwards, the infiltrometer is ready for first use with the supplied calibration. However, user calibration can be done according to the manual gauge. ICT calibrate the pressure transducer at 50mm intervals. To set the level precisely, control the bubble tower inlet to allow bubbles to flow. To read the level, look at the underside of the water's surface tension. If you are calibrating the AIM1, it should be in live mode. Calibration is the process of reading the manual gauge in millimeters and then the millivolts displayed for that particular point on the tower. Shown here is a typical second last calibration point of approximately 700mm. Then at the very bottom of the gauge, the 765mm mark can be used on the lookup table. Beyond this mark on the AIM1, the results will hold, and this is the maximum level or limit the AIM1 can record to. Here is an example of connecting the computer ready for setting up the instrument. Place the AIM1 logger cable into the waterproofing seal and close the breakout box lid. On the AIM1 logger, gently unscrew the entire USB port cap, exposing the power button, USB connector and SD card. Connect a mini B USB cable into the AIM1. Plugging in a powered USB connector to any ICT logger will power it up automatically. You are now ready to set a logging interval on the AIM1 using the ICT Combined Instrument software. Thank you for watching.